Hey people, it's Niles talking. Now, I've first heard about this in a comment section, so I decided to look it up. Now, I'm going to say this, there aren't a lot of good sources on this, so I decided to just go to Wikipedia. So, take everything with a pinch of salt, but I'm going to treat it as the best source available. So here it goes. Manson Gibson. Manson Howard Gibson, born May 5th, 1963, is a retired American kickboxer and a 12-time world champion in kickboxing and Muay Thai. He was known for his vicious use of spinning techniques and wild, unpredictable style, mixing elements of kickboxing, taekwondo, and northern praying mantis martial arts. He was sometimes referred to as the Thai Killer or the Black Bruce Lee. Gibson was one of America's greatest kickboxers and is credited with over 100 wins and more than 80 knockouts, including around 40 via head kick. After a series of early career wins and claiming titles such as the Kick Super Middleweight World Championship, Gibson found the competition at home, aside from 2 losses to Rick Rufus, uninspiring. So in the late 80s and well into the 90s, while many American fighters were fighting one another for a multitude of so-called world titles, Manson headed across to Japan where he fought and beat top fighters such as Cesar Takeshi, Tosca Petridis, and Changpuek Kiatsongrit, often fighting under different rule sets such as shoot, boxing, K1, and Muay Thai. During his period spent fighting in Japan, Gibson entered the inaugural K2 Grand Prix in 1993. K2 was a short-lived series of tournaments held by the K1 organization for light heavyweights, and the 1993 event was held in Tokyo. In the tournament quarters finals, he faced the highly decorated Ernesto Hoost, the recent K1 heavyweight Grand Prix runner-up, the strongest favorite and on his way to becoming a legend. Gibson proved in that fight he could hang with the world best, knocking Hoost down with his trademark spinning back fist. However, despite the knockdown, the match went to an extra round where Gibson again knocked down Hoost, this time with a side kick. Gibson lost a split decision. Gibson returned to the United States around 1998, defeating a legend in Koban, Luk Chao Mei Se Tong. That's a Thai name, it's very hard to pronounce. Forgive me, the match in Compton was one in which Gibson had the MC announce himself as a Thai Killer. At the end of the fight, did blackface next to the prone Koban. That year, Gibson also won the IKKC Muay Thai world title by defeating Maurice Travis, also in Los Angeles. Over the next couple of years, he would defend his IKKC world title 4 more times, with the highlight being a second victory over 7-time world champion Changpuek Kiatsongrit. Although, as with the Koban fights, his match antics left a sour taste in the mouth. On April 7, 2000, Gibson won the IKF Pro Muay Thai Rules Light Cruiserweight North America title in Green Bay, Wisconsin, when he defeated Phil Petit of Sick Pie, Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada by knockout with a spinning back fist in the first round. Gibson retired his title in 2005 when he moved up in weight. When Gibson won this title, it was called the Light Cruiserweight title, but the weight class was different, 175.1 pounds to 182 pounds. The weight class range was later changed, but Gibson's title remained Light Cruiserweight. Around 2002, age started catching up with Gibson, who was approaching his 40s, and he lost his IKKC world title to Frenchman Manu Nato. A win against Heath Harris in 2004 for the IKKC proved he could still be competitive. Although his opponent Harris had only had a handful of professional fights prior to the encounter. Always wanted to try different fighting styles, Gibson had a brief foray into MMA in 2006. By the end of 2009, with the losses stacking up after a series of unsuccessful title fights, Gibson retired. So I want to talk about some of the things. So he's went up against some of the Muay Thai fighters and beat them. And I want to point this out. That's quite an achievement, because I've been reading a lot about these Muay Thai fighters, and they are some of the hardest fighters, not just because of the style of martial arts they train in, but the way they train. They train from the age of 8, and they condition their body, arms and legs and torso and shins, to basically be unbreakable. So that people can kick their legs and it'll break their own legs trying to do it, apparently. So that's how tough some of these guys are. So to be able to defeat them, sometimes twice, like this, I think it was the Changpuek Kiatsongrit, it was quite frankly amazing. And apparently, he never trained in Muay Thai itself. It says here that the styles of martial arts he trained in are kickboxing, taekwondo, Northern praying mantis, and wushu. And I want to say this: people saying, "Oh, he is on his stage antics." It gives me the same thing about Muhammad Ali. People want him to, oh, he should just be gracious and humble. If he's a winner and he can knock them out, he has a right to celebrate and brag about it. They always want a black man to be silent and humble. And I'm going to link in a video which talks about him in far more depth. So in this one, this is, where is it? Pre-practice skinning kicks 1,000,000 times. The Black Bruce Lee. So here are some of the comments about him. As a practitioner, it pains me to realize that most people don't understand the full extent of how hard it is to do what this guy is doing. What made him so amazing was that every opponent knew what was coming, but none could get out of the way. That speaks volumes of his mastery of his craft and the supreme confidence he had in his techniques. He even openly telegraphed his intentions before striking. It's like facing Nolan Ryan. You knew the fastball was coming, but couldn't do much about it. The man was special. Here's another quote from this video. As a taekwondo practitioner, he truly is an inspiration. I will toughen up my whole body and work on my explosivity. I know I will never reach his level, but I will get as close as I can. Anyway, I'll leave this other video in the description so you can look at it. So anyway, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.